you all for coming to our May term stage reading of Henry IV, originally adapted in manuscript form by Edward Daring and further adapted and directed by us, Siena Maxwell and Cailyn Mickelsen, and performed by Mary Waldner Shakespeare performance students of the class of 27 and the cohort and the rising MFA. Before we begin the reading, we wanted to provide a brief overview of the history of this particular adaptation of Shakespeare's plays, our reasons for mounting this project, and our process over the past couple of weeks.
For this production, we used the Daring manuscript as our base text, an adaptation that combines the two parts of Shakespeare's Henry IV into one performable play text. Sir Edward Daring, the generally accepted adapter of this text, was born in 1598. He was a politician, theater enthusiast, and book collector. He had a large library which included over 250 playbooks. He was also the first recorded purchaser of the first folio of Shakespeare's works. This Daring manuscript, dating from around 1623, the same year that Shakespeare's first folio was published, represents the first known Shakespearean adaptation by the then 25-year-old Daring, coincidentally a similar age to most of us involved in this reading. It was likely intended for an amateur performance at his Kent Manor home, and it was discovered at the Daring estate in Kent in 1844, after which study of this manuscript identified the work of two hands. Hand 2 transcribed the two parts of Shakespeare's work from the 5th quarto of Henry IV, Part 1, and the 1600 first quarto of Part 2, and Hand 1, presumably Daring's, made corrections, additions, and omissions. If you're familiar with these plays, you will notice that Daring's adaptation makes major cuts to the events of Part 2, focusing much more narrowly on the momentum of the Lord's Rebellion and the decline of Henry IV's rule. This manuscript, currently housed at the Folger Shakespeare Library in Washington, D.C., and it allows for a unique glimpse into this foundational period of the birth of bardolatry, prompting questions about the role of adaptation in the formation of the national poet.
Our script for this production comes from a transcription of the Daring manuscript from the 1970s, produced by the Folger Shakespeare Library. Although we modernized most spelling to avoid confusion while reading, we retained certain generative spelling differences and also maintained the manuscript's original punctuation and capitalization. Our amateur critical editing skills highlighted some of these differences intentionally and others unintentionally, but they all provided opportunities for new interpretations and offered a variety of choices to the actors in rehearsal, choices that you might consider distinct from Shakespeare's version of the play. While in an ideal world, we would have staged Daring's adaptation in its entirety, just like he may have had constrictions on his cut, we made additional adaptational choices to prepare our script for performance. Daring likely prepared his cut with a small group in mind, a factor we also had to consider. We also cut down the script significantly for time in order to produce the approximately 90-minute stage reading we will see today. Although the trimming of Part 2 was Daring's main adaptational change, he also added text and other elements primarily to the opening and ending monologues. In our cut, we have maintained and emphasized these additions, while trimming the rest of the text significantly. In the end, we were left with an adaptation of an adaptation, leading us to core questions about the relationships between authorship, originality, and a work's position in the canon. At points, we lost track of who cut certain scenes or lines. Was it us, or Daring, or a difference between quarto printings? Who now has authority over the text?
We decided to explore this history and these questions in the format of a staged reading, as we wanted to retain the text as a central figure in this performance. We sought to intentionally stage moments of the text that capture both the performance potential and the confines of the staged reading format. This led to a dramaturgy that centers on the physical presence of the script in almost all the choices made on stage. Without giving anything exciting away, we were interested in pushing the limits of performance's active reliance on the text and what happens when you try to separate these two intertwined factors.
Additionally, as one of our main goals is to interrogate the difference between amateur and professional theater, we purposefully requested the Blackfriars Playhouse to push that question further. As a group of students familiar with this professional theater space, the status and validity of our work exists in a kind of artificially distinct box, often relying on unpaid labor and free tickets. While this can allow for creative freedom, it does relegate the work to a student or amateur status. In mimicking some of the speculated practices of the purported original adapter of Shakespeare's work, Daring, and his decidedly amateur performance by economical standards, We ask you to consider the expectations and definitions you may hold regarding amateur Shakespearean performance and whether or not there is a truth.
Before we begin, we would like to thank a very few people for their support on this, our SME community at large, especially Doreen Bechtel, Susan Anderson, and the ASC staff. This reading lasts approximately 90 minutes and there will be no intermission. If you need to leave the theater at any time, please go backwards to the Ellis Read the next science. There will be certain business happening in the remote and down the aisle, so just please be mindful if you have to leave at any time. And thank you so much. Enjoy.
So shaken as we are, so wan with care, finally a time for frighted peace to pant. No more the thirsty bosom of this land shall wash herself in her own children's blood. Therefore, friends, forthwith a power of English shall we levy to chase these pagans from those holy fields, and force proud Mohammed from Palestine, the high aspiring crescent of the Turk, will pluck to a lower orb, and then humbling her borrowed pride to the English lion, with labor and with honor will fetch here a sweating laurel from the glorious east, and plant new gems on royal England's crown. We'll patch our honors at the sun's uprise, and sell ourselves, or win a glorious prize. Let me hear of you, my gentle son of Lancaster, what yesternight our council did decree in forwarding this dear expedience.
My liege, but yesternight when all athwart here came a host from Wales, laden with heavy news, whose worst was the noble Mortimer leading the men of Hertfordshire to fight against the regular and wild Glenmauer, was by the rude hands that Welshmen taken.
It seems then the tidings of us broiled break up our business with old men.
Far more uneven and unwelcome news came from the north. And thus it did report on Holy Moon Day by the gallant Hotspur, their young Harry Percy and brave Archibald, and ever valiant and approved Scott, as all men met where they did spend a sad and bloody hour.
Here is a dear and true industrious friend, Sir Walter Blunt, new lighted from his horse, and he hath brought us smooth and welcome news. The Earl of Douglas is discomfited of prisoners Hotspur took, Wardrake Earl of Fife and eldest son to beaten Douglas, and is not this an honorable spoil? A gallant prize, eh? What? Is it not? The paper is.
Conquest for a prince to boast of.
Yeah. That makes me sad. It makes me sin and envy that my lord Northumberland should be the father of so blessed a son who is the theme of honor's tongue, whilst I, by looking on the praise of him, see riot and dishonor stain the brow of my young Harry. Oh, that could be proof that some night-tripping fairy has exchanged in cradle clothes our children where they laid, called mine Percy his Plantagenet. Then would I have his Harry, and he mine. But let him from my thoughts. What think you, Blunt, of this young Percy's pride? The prisoners which he in this adventure hath surprised, whose own use he keeps, and sends me word I shall have none.
This is his uncle's teaching. This is Worcester, malevolent to you in all respects.
But I have sent for him to answer this, and for this cause a while we must neglect our holy purpose to Jerusalem. On Wednesday next, our council we will hold at Windsor, so inform the lords, but come yourselves with speed to us again, for more is to be said and to be done than out anger can be uttered.
Now, what time of day is it, lad?
Thou art so fat-witted with drinking old sack and unbuttoning thee after supper, and sleeping upon benches in afternoon, that thou hast forgotten to demand which thou wouldst truly know. I see no reason why thou shouldst be superfluous to demand a time of day.
By the Lord. I'll say it's true, lad. And it's not my hostess of the tavern, most sweet wench.
What talks it right into the hostess of the tavern?
Well, thou hast called her to a reckoning many times now.
Did ever I call for thee to pay that part?
No. I'll give thee thy due. Thou hast paid all there.
Nay, and elsewhere, so long as my coin would stretch, where it would not, I have used my credit.
Millions, so not here a parent that thou art heir yet. I would trust thee no more. But I prithee, sweet wag, shall then be gallant, standing in England with our king. Do not allow our king anything.
No.
Lord, I be a greater judge.
Thou judgest false already. I mean, thou shalt have the hanging of the thieves, and so become a rare hangman.
I must give over this life, and I do. By the Lord!
Where shall I leave this? And them to plunge beneath from frame to purse taking.
By now, kiss my vocation. 'Tis no sin for a man to labor in his vocation.
Tomorrow then.
Oh, tomorrow. How, Jack? How the devil agrees about thy soul?
Sir John stands to his word. He will give the devil his due.
Oh, my lads, by tomorrow morning, by 4 o'clock, there are pilgrims going to Canterbury with rich offerings, and traders arriving in London with fat purses. I have visitors for you all. You have horses for yourselves. We may do it as secure as sleep. If you will go, I will stuff your purses full of crowns. If you will not, carry them home and be hanged.
How? Going long?
True, I rob, I thief, not I, my fate, I'll tarry home.
Sir John, I prithee, leave the prince and me alone. I will lay him down some reasons for this adventure that he shall go.
Fare you well. You shall find me in his seat.
My good, sweet honey lord, ride with us tomorrow. I suggest to execute that I cannot manage alone. Falstaff and Mortimer shall rob those men that we have already waylaid. Yourself and I will not be there, and we may have the booty if you and I do not rob them and cut this head from my shoulders. Virtue of this jest will be the incomprehensible lies that this fat rogue will tell us when we meet him at supper. How 30 he fought, with what wars, what blows, what extremities he endured. And who's the proof of this? I suggest.
Well, I'll go with thee. Provide us all things necessary and meet me tomorrow night in his chief. There are some. Farewell.
Farewell, my lord.
I know you all. Will a while uphold the unyoked humor of your idleness. Yet, herein will I imitate the sun, who doth permit the base, contagious clouds to smother up his beauty from the world, that when he please again to be himself, being wanted,
may be more wondered at by breaking through the foul and ugly mists of vapors that it seemed. Mr. If all the world were playing holidays, to sport would be as tedious as to work. But when they seldom come, they wished for come, and nothing pleaseth but rare accident. So when this loose behavior I throw off, and pay the debt I never promised, and by how much better than my word I am, by so much shall I falsify men's hopes. And like bright metal on solid ground, my reformation glittering, or my fall, shall shew more godly, and attract more eyes than that which hath no sword set at all. Also offend to make offense a skill, redeeming time when men take least to blow.
My blood hath been too cold and temperate, unapt to stir at these indignities you tread upon my patience. But be sure, I will henceforth be rather myself, mighty, and to be feared.
Our house, my sovereign liege, little deserves the scourge of greatness to be used on it, and that same greatness too, which our own hands have cultivated so important.
My lord, Worcester, get thee gone, for I do see danger and disobedience in thine eye. You have good leave to leave us, and when we need your use and counsel, we will send for you. You were about to speak.
Yea, my lord. Those prisoners that your highness name demanded, which Harry Percy here at Holman took, were possessed, not with such strength denied as he delivered to your majesty. Either envy, therefore, in his prison, is guilty of this fault, and not my son. Mickelsen.
I did like no prisoners. And I remember when the fight was done, when I was dry with rage and extreme toil, breathless and faint, leaning upon my sword, came there a certain bull, neat and trimly dressed, and as the soldiers bore dead bodies by, he called them untaught knaves, unmannerly with many holidays and lady terms. He questioned me. Amongst the rest, the managed my prisoners in your majesty's behalf. I then, all smarting with my lords, being cold, answered neglectingly. I may be mad to talk so like a waiting gentlewoman of guns and drums and wounds. I'll take the mark. I answered indirectly, as I said. And I beseech you, let not this report come current for an accusation which was my love and your kindness.
The circumstance considered, good my lord, whate'er Harry Percy then had said to such a person and in such a place, at such a time, would the old Gozdecki told me reasonably die, and never rise to do him wrong. So he unsaith now.
Why yet he doth deny his prisoners, but with proviso and exception that we at our own charge shall ransom straight his brother-in-law, the foolish Mortimer, who in my soul hath willfully betrayed the lies of those that he did lead to fight against the great magician, and let down. Shall our coffers then be emptied to redeem a traitor? Oh, no. On the barren mountain let him starve, for I shall never hold that man my friend.
He never did follow. That's not good. But by the chance before. To prove that true, he did confound the best part of an hour in changing harmony with great Glendower. Then let not him be slandered with revolts.
Thou dost belie him, Kelsey. Thou dost belie him. He never did encounter with Glendower, I tell thee. He durst as well have met the devil alone as Owen Glendower for an enemy. Let me not hear you speak of Mortimer. Send me your prisoners with the speediest means, or you shall hear in such a kind from me as will displease you. My lord Northumberland, we license your departure with your son. Send us your prisoners. You shall hear of it.
Make it the devil come and uproar from them, I will not send. I will have to shrink and tell him so. For I will ease my heart, albeit I make it hazard my head.
What? Drunk with color? Stay in pause a while. Here comes your uncle.
Speak of Mortimer. So I will speak of him. Let this soul want mercy if I do not join with him. I will lift the downtrodden Mortimer, as I do the Emeritus, unthankful king. this ingrate and cankered Bolingbroke.
Brother, the king hath made your nephew mad.
Who struck this heat up after I was gone? He will forsooth have all my business. And when I urged ransom once again of my wife's brother, and his cheap betrayal and honor, my face he turned, and I am dead, trembling even at the name of Mortimer. I do not blame him. Was he not proclaimed by Richard, who was dead, next to blood? Proclaimed by brother Mortimer, heir to the crown.
He did. Myself did hear it.
Nay, then I can blame his cousin. But shall it be that you, that set the crown upon the head of this forgetful man, shall, if for shame be spoken in these days, or fill up chronicles, in time to come, that men of your nobility and power put down Richard, that sweet, lovely rose, and plant this thorn, this canker bone? And shall it be more shame further spoken that you are fooled, discarded, and put off by him, for whom these shames underwent? No. Yet serves where you may redeem your banished honors, restore yourselves into the good thoughts of the world again. Therefore, peace, cousin. Say no more. And now I will unclasp a sacred book, and to your quick conceiving discontents, I'll read you matter deep and dangerous, the blood more stirs, to rouse the lion and the start man.
Imagination of some great exploit drives him beyond the bounds of patience.
By having methinks it were an easy leap to pluck right honor from the belly. Good cousin, give me audience for a while. Those same noble Scots that are your prisoners, I'll keep them all. Back up, he shall not have stopped, and you start away, and lend no ear unto my purposes. He said he would not ransom Mortimer, for bad I come to speak with Mortimer about. You'll find him where he lies asleep, and in his ear I'll hallow Mortimer. Farewell, cousin. I'll talk to you when you are better tempered to attend.
Why, what a wasp tongue, an unpatient fool art thou to break in the woman's mood. Tying thine ear to no tongue but thine own.
I will be this buttonhole politician, Bolingbroke. How the devil take such cousins? Oh, forgive me. Good uncle, tell your tale I would run. Then once more to your Scotch prisoners, deliver them up without their ransom straight, and make the Douglas some your only means for power in Scotland, which for divers uses, which I shall send you written, be assured, will easily be granted you, my lord. I will not speak in this estimation, is what I think it might be, but what I know is ruined, blotted, and set down, and only stays but to behold the face of that occasion that shall bring it on. I said it, upon my life.
For the games afoot, thou still not slip.
Well, I think it cannot choose but be a noble thought, and then, how of Scotland, and of York to join with Mortimer. And so it shall. In faith, it is exceedingly already. And 'tis no little reason bids us speed to save our heads by the raising of a head. Cousin, farewell. No further governess than I and Mother shall direct you course. When the time is ripe, which will be suddenly, I'll steal to Glendower and to Mortimer, where you and Douglas and our powers rest, as I with action, in our own strong arms, which now behold at much uncertainty.
Farewell, good brother. We shall thrive, and us.
Uncle, dear. Oh, let the hours be short till fields and clothes and robes applaud our sweat. Shelter. Falstaff forged me like a gun melted in
Poynes!
easy, fat kid, rascal, what a brawling dost thou keep?
Poynes!
He is walked up to the top of the hill. I'll go seek him.
I am cursed. That thief's company. The rascal hath removed my horse, and I feel haste. If the rogues come, if the rascal hath given me medicines to make me love him, I'll be happy. I do not love Poynes. I'll play upon you both. Play upon it, and thieves cannot be true to one another. Give me my horse. You rose. Give me my horse.
shall I be your master?
Oh, hang myself, I don't ever bear daughters. If I be king, I'll impeach for this. Let the sack be my foot. Oh,
News! Casey, on with your visitors. There's many of the kings coming down the hill. Going to the king's.
I, you go to the king's palace.
There's enough to make us love. You two shall find them in a narrow lane that Poynes and I will walk lower if they escape from your encounter that they light on us. But how many of them are there? Some 8 or 10.
They will not rob us.
Coward, Sir John Paunch, Sarah Jack, that horse dead behind the head. When thou meetest him there, thou shalt find him, and there step ready to go, and Vernon thither. Prince Hal and I will make good foot of the villa, and between us they cannot escape.
Now, I cannot strict him if I should be hanged.
His daughter is not here. So, boys, look up the hill, see what is done there. It will be argument for a week, laughter for a time, and a good jest forever. How the thieves are dividing the Truman's goods.
Poynes.
Not with much chase now, merrier than a horse. How But for my own part, my lord, I should be well contented to be there. In respect to the love I have your house, he can be contented. Why is he not then? He's more. The purpose you undertake is dangerous. The friends you have named uncertain, the time itself unsorted, and your whole lot to light. For the counterpoise of so great an opposition, what a lack brain is this? By the Lord, our plot is good as ever was laid. Our friend as true and constant. A good plot, good friends, and full of expectation. An excellent plot. Sounds, I were not with his castle, I could break him with his lady's fan. Is there not my father, my uncle, and myself, Lord Edmund Mortimer, my Lord of York, and Owen Glentower? Is there not besides the Douglas? What pagan rascal is this? An infidel. You shall see now in very sincerity of fear and cold heart, will he to the king, and lay open all the proceedings. Oh, hang him, let him tell the king we are prepared, and I will set forward. How now, Kate? I must leave you within these 2 hours.
My good lord, why are you thus alone? Coincidence of I this court, my kin, banishment from my Harry's bed. Tell me, sweet lord, why does that take me, that stomach pleasure, and my golden sleep, and my faint slumbers? I, for thee, have watched and heard thee murmur tales of iron wars. Speak terms of manage to thy bounding steeps, cry of courage to the field, thy spirit within me hath control at war, and thus have so disturbed thee in thy sleep, that beads of sweat have stood upon thy brow, like bubbles in a late disturbed stream. And in thy face strange motions have appeared, such as we see when men restrain their breath on some sudden haste. Oh, what portents are these? Some heavy visit hath my lord in hand, and I must know it, else he loves me not.
Have Butler brought the horses from the ship?
One horse, my lord, is brought me now.
One horse, a roan? The property, or is it not? It is, my lord. That roan shall be mounted roan. As for it, bid Butler lead him forth into the park. But hear you, my lord. What sayest thou, my lady?
What is it carries you away?
My horse, my love, my horse. Out, you mad-headed ape. In faith, I'll know your business, Harry, that I will. I fear my brother Mortimer doth stir about his title and hath sent for you to mine in his enterprises. But if you go so far afoot, I will be weary of imperative answer. Away, you trifler.
Love, I love thee not.
I care not for you, Kate. This is no world to play with vents and to tilt with flips. We must have bloody noses and cracked crowns, and pass them current too. God, my horse. What sayest thou, Kate? What dost thou have with me?
Do not you love me? Now you indeed may tell me if you speak and jest or no. If thou wills to speak,
And when I am horseback, I will swear I love thee infinitely. This evening must I leave you, gentle Kate, and will be wise, but yet no farther wise than Harry Percy's wife. For I will believe thou wilt not utter what thou dost not know. And so far I will trust thee, gentle Kate. This content thee, Kate, it must, of course.
oh, where's the how?
With 3 or 4 loggerheads, and I was sworn brother to Alicia George when I am king of England. I should command all the good lads and be cheap. But Sweetman, I really do stand by in some byword whilst I question my opinion more. To what end he gave me the sugar? You never leave calling Francis at his tail. To me, making nothing but enough. Step aside.
Oh, sir!
I'm there, Francis. Oh, it's not Sir Francis.
For 5 years as much as on, sir!
Oh, Francis.
Let me see about Michaelmas next year. I shall. Be strong.
Mark you, Francis, the sugar that makes me was a pennyworth, was it not?
Oh, Worcester, it would have been 2.
I will give thee for it 1,000 pounds after when thou wilt have it. Francis, but no Francis, but tomorrow Francis, or Francis on Thursday, or indeed Francis when thou wilt, but Francis!
Oh, Lord, sir, what do you mean?
Away you go, it's not my fault. Francis! Hotspur of the North. He that kills me some 6 or 7 dozen Scotland at breakfast washes his hands and says to his wife, "Fie upon this quiet life! I want work. I couldn't call it Falstaff."
Jack, where hast thou been?
A flame of all powers, and a vengeance to marry on and bring me a Falstaff boy. You say a comfort to extent. Ruga. Is lying in the sack too. There lives not 2 or 3 good men unhanged in England, and one of them is fat and grows old. God help the wife.
Now, Walsack, what mutter you?
Are you not a coward? Answer me that and Poynes there.
Thou fat punch, and thou call me coward. I'll snap at ye. I'll take it, say of ye.
Call me coward. I'll see you damned ere I call me coward, and I'll be the fellow of coward. I can run as fast as you. Give me a cup of sack, boy. I'm still up to the
Oh, Bill, and my lips are scarce white since thou drunkest last.
all done for that. Play them all cowards, I say.
What's the matter?
Here be 2 of us. I've taken 1,000 pounds this morning.
Where is it, Jack? Where is it?
Taken from us 100 upon poor 2 of us.
100 men?
I have escaped by miracle. My sword I never dealt better since I was a man. Played all powers. More or less the truth. He is a villain and a son of God.
Speak, Sarah, how was it?
2 of us sent on 7 dozen.
Lord, and found them.
No, they were not.
No, they were bound. Every man.
As we were sharing, some 6 or 7 fresh men said,
Men unbound the rest, and then come in.
"Why, fought ye with them all?"
All? I know not what we call all, but if I thought not with 50 of them, I'm a bunch of rabbits.
Oh, thank God. Some of them.
Hey, that's past praise. I have peppered 2 of them. 2 rogues in falcon suits. I tell you what, if I tell you spit in my face, call me a whore. Thus, I bore my point. 4 rogues in book. Let's drive.
What for? No sense, but 2 even now.
4. These 4 came all front and then they thrust at me. I mean, Lord you, but took all their points in my 7 targets.
4 even now.
Dost thou hear me, Hal?
I and mark thee too, Jack.
It is worth listening to those 9 buckles. But I told thee
So 2 more already.
if one be rude.
Down fell his horse.
Began to give me ground, but I followed me close, and with a thought, 7 of the 11 I paid.
Monstrous 11 buckram men grown out of 2. These lies are like a father that begets them. Gross as a mountain, open, palpable, why thou clay-brained guts, thou knotted, pated fool, thou whoreson, obscene, greasy, tallow chest.
It's not the truth.
Come, tell us your reason. What sayest thou to this? Come, your reason, Jake, your reason.
What, upon compulsion? I would give no man a reason upon compulsion.
I'll be no longer guilty of this sin, this sanguine coward, this bed presser.
You starveling! Oh, you elf-skin, you dry meat tongue, you bull pickle!
We 2 saw you 2 set on 4 and bound them, and were masters of their wealth. Mark now what a plain tale shall put you down. Then did we 2 set on you 2, and with a word outfaced you from your prize, and have it ready, and can show it you here in the house. What a slave art thou to hack thy sword as thou hast done, and then say it was in flight.
My lord, I knew thee as well as he that made you. My master, was it for me to kill the heir apparent? On the true prince, I was uninstigated. Oh, let's clap to the doors. Harry, shall we proclaim still there?
Lord of the Prince, now my lady the hostess would say something. My lord, there is a nobleman of the court at the door. Would speak with you, he says. He comes from your father. Give him as much as will make him a royal man and send him back again to my mother.
Faith, and I'll sit happy.
How came Falstaff's sword so hack?
He hacked it with his dagger. Maybe we was done inside and persuaded me to be the one. I blushed to hear his mouth.
I'm not the sweet creature of bombast.
Villainous news abroad. You must have been caught in the morning. The same night fell over the north. Of Wales that made Lucifer cuckold. What play you call him?
Owen Glendower.
Owen the same, and his son-in-law. Old Northumberland. And the sprightly Scots, the Douglas. Worcester is stolen away. Thy father's beard is turned white within me. Somehow art thou not horrible of fear? Thou being heir apparent, doth not thy blood rail at it?
Not a whit. I laugh from thy instinct.
Wherefore will be horrible to tomorrow, thou comest to thy father. If thou do love me, practice an answer.
Do thou stand for my father and examine me upon the particulars of my life.
Sara. Take this chair will also be my stick, this dagger be my scepter, and this cushion shall be my crown. Give me the staff. Make mine eyes look red, and it may be thought I wept, for I must speak in Cassidy.
Well, here is my
And here's my speech. Stand aside, little baby.
This is excellent sport.
Speak not, sweet queen, for trickling tears are vain.
Hey, he doesn't like one of those scholarship players ever I could see.
Peace, good papa. Peace, good tinkling. Hey, I do not only marvel when thou spendest thy time, but also how thou art accompanied. Shall a son of England with a thief and take persons, so doth the company thou keepest? And yet there is a virtuous man in thy company, I have often noted, but I know not his name.
What manner of man like your majesty?
A goodly, portly man, cheerful, a pleasing eye, and a most noble carriage. Now I remember his name is Falstaff. That man should be rudely given, he deceives me. Harry, I see virtue in his looks, him keep with the rest.
Dost thou speak like a king? Do thou stand for me, and I'll play my part.
Depose him.
Well, here I am set.
And here I stand. Judge, my master.
Now, Harry, whence came you?
My noble lord, he's chief.
The complaints I hear of thee are grievous.
Blood, my lord, they're false.
Swear thou, ungracious boy, henceforth ne'er look on me. Thou art violently carried away from grace. There is the devil must be in the likeness of a fat old man. Wherein is he good, but to taste sack and drink it? Wherein cunning, but in craft? Wherein crafty, but in villainy? Wherein villainous, but in all things? Wherein worthy, but in cunning?
I would your grace would take me with you. Who named your grace?
That villainous, abominable misleader of youth? White-bearded Satan!
My lord, the man I know.
I know thou dost.
What to say, I do more harm in him than in myself. For to say more than I know. But no, my good lord, banished, far off, banished, Poynes, what was sweet, Falstaff, come, keep Falstaff, valiant Jacob Falstaff. I have his company, banished from Jack, banished all the world.
I do. I will.
Oh, my lord! My lord! I should have almost lost this watch. My lord!
Go find me behind the ears, the rest walk above. But now my master's her true face and good conscience.
Of which I have make it out. Therefore, I just
Call in the sheriff!
hue and cry have followed certain men to the house.
What men?
One of them is well known, my gracious lord, a gross, fat man as fat as butter.
The man I do assure you is not here. For I myself at this time have employed him, and so let me entreat you leave the house.
Oh, my lord, there are two gentlemen have in this robbery lost 300 marks.
It may be so. If he have robbed these men, he shall be answerable, and so farewell.
Good night, my noble lord.
Don't stop me, Ford. Fast asleep behind the arrows and snoring like a horse. Albert, he fetches breath. Search his pockets. What is up now?
Nothing but papers, my lord.
Item, a Cailyn, 2 shillings, 2 pence. Item, sack, 2 gallons, 5 shillings, 8 pence. Item, anchovies, sack after supper, 2 shillings, 6 pence of monsters there. Let us wait till day. I'll to the court in the morning. We must all to the wars, and thy place shall be honorable. I'll procure this fat goat to charge your foot, and the money shall be paid back again with advantage. Be with me betimes in the morning, and so farewell.
Night, my lord.
These promises are fair. Are you sure? Now, what's full of proper result?
Lord, cousin, blood dower. Lay my hand up. Go. Here it is. Sit. Nothing. Sit. Good Hotspur. For by the name that the Lancaster does speak of you, his cheeks look pale, and with the rising side, he wishes you in heaven. And you in hell, as often hears over my power. I cannot blame him. At my nativity, the front of head was full of fiery shapes, of burning cressets, and at my birth, the frame and the foundation of the earth shakes like a coward. And I say the earth was not of my mind, if you suppose as fearing you, it shook. The heavens were all on fire, and the earth did tremble. Oh, and the earth shook to see the heavens on fire, and not in fear of your nativity. I do not very selfish. Give me leave to tell you once again that at my birth, the front of heaven was full of fiery shapes. The goats ran from the mountain, and the herds were strangely clamorous to the frightening fields. And all these signs had marked me extraordinary. And my life to show I am not in the role of common men. I think no man speaks better Welsh.
Peace and mercy. You'll make me mad.
I think all spirits are the way to be made. Why, so can I. Or so can any man. Will they come when you do call?
Come. No more of this unprofitable chat.
Here's the map. Shall we fire our right order according to our threefold order of change?
The Archdeacon had divided it into 3 rooms very equally. England from Trent and Severn hitherto by south and east is to my part assigned. All westward, Wales beyond the Severn shore, and all fertile land within that bounds to Glendower. And dear cuz to you, the remnant northward lying off from Trent. Our adventures tripartite are drawn. Tomorrow, Cousin Percy, you and I, and the Lord of Worcester, will set forth to meet your father in Scottish power as is appointed us at Shrewsbury. I thought that Glendower is not ready yet. Nor shall we need his help these 14 days. Within that space, you have drawn together your tenants, your friends, and neighboring gentlemen.
A shorter time shall send me to your lords, and in my conduct shall your ladies come, for whom you now must steal. Take no leave, for there will be a world of watershed upon the parting of your wives and you.
Methinks my lady north from Burton here in quantity equals not one yours. See how this river comes me criping in and cuts me from the best of all my lands. A huge half moon. A monstrous scandal act. I'll have the current in rug and silver trench shall run, you shall not fair, and even shall not wind with such a deep index to rob me of so rich a bower here.
Not mind. It shall. It must. You see it does.
But mark how he bears his course and runs me off the light advantage on the other side, gelding the opposed continent as much as from the other side it takes from you.
Yea, but a little charge will trench him up here, and then on this north side win this half of land, and then he runs straight, and I'll have it so. A little charge will do it. I'll not have it alter. Will not? No, nor you shall not. Who shall say ye nay? Why, that will I. Let me not understand you then. Speaking of Welsh.
I can speak English, Lord, as well as you. For I was trained in the English court, where, being but young, I framed the heart many an English ditty, lovely well, and gave to tongue a fruitful ornament of a virtue that was never seen in Paris.
I am glad it was all my part. I am glad ye came, and cry me to one of these same bitter ballad mongers.
Come, you shall have the trench.
I'm not care. I'll give thee thrice so much land, and well served friends, and the indenture strong. Shall we be gone?
The moon shines fair. Ye may away by night, and break with your wives of your departure hence.
Cross my thought.
I do not choose. Sometimes he angers me with telling me of the dreamer Merlin and her prophecies, and of a dragon, and such deal of scandal stuff as puts me from it. I'll tell you what, I had rather live with cheese and butter and windmills far than
In faith, he was a worthy gentleman, exceeding what way, valiant as a lion and wondrous affable, and as bountiful as mine have been here. I warn you, that man does not lie, you so have tempted him as you have without the taste of fame.
In faith, my lord, you are too willful to blame. And since your coming hither have done enough to put me quite beside his patience, you must needs learn more to mend this fault. Though sometimes it's true greatness, courage, blood, and that's the dearest grace it renders you. Yet oftentimes it doth present harsh rage, defective manner, want of government.
well, I am sure. Good manners be your speed. Come to our wives, and let us take our leave.
Lords, give us leave. The Prince of Wales and I must have some private conference. Not, but if God will have it so. For some displeasing service I have done, that in his secret doom out of my blood he'll breed revengement and a scourge for me to punish my discredit. Tell me else. Could such inordinate and low desires, such poor, such fair, such lewd, such mean attempts, such barren pleasures, rude society as thou art matched withal and grafted to, accompany the greatness of thy blood, and hold their level with thy princely heart.
So please your majesty, I would I could put all offenses with this clear excuse, as well as doubtless I could purge myself of many I am charged with all.
Pardon thee, yet let me wonder, Harry, at thy affections, which do hold a winning fight in the fight of all thy ancestors, thy place in council thou hast rudely lost, which by thy younger brother is supplied. The hope and the expectation of thy tongue is ruined, and the soul of every man prophetically to think thy fall. I did keep my person fresh and new. My presence like the robe pontifical, never seen but wondered at. The skipping king, he ambled up and down with shallow gestures and rash bevine wits, mingled his royalty with capering fools, grew a companion to the common streets, being daily swallowed by men's eyes. They surfeited with honey, began to loathe the taste of sweetness, and in that very line, Harry stepped aside. For thou
lost thy princely privilege with the vile participation. Not an eye but is weary of thy common sight, save mine, which hath desired to see thee more, which now doth that I would not have it do, may blind itself, foolish temperance.
After my Christ precious Lord be all myself.
As thou art to this hour was Richard then, when I from France set foot at Ravensburg, even as I was then is Percy now. Now, by my sceptre and my soul to boot, he hath more worthy interest in the state than thou. The shadow of succession. Let's see to this. Percy, Northumberland, the Archbishop's Grace of York, Douglas, Mortimer, capitulate against us and are up! But wherefore do I tell this news to thee? Why, Harry, do I tell thee of my foes, which art my nearest and dearest enemy? Thou that art like enough through vassal fear and base inclination and a start of spleen to fight against me, under Percy's pay, to dog his heels and curtsy his frowns to show how much thou art degenerate.
Do not think so.
Not find it so. I will redeem all this on Percy's head. And in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son. When I will wear a garment all of blood and stain my favors in a bloody mask which washed away shall scour my shame with it. And that shall be the day when Aaron lights this same child of honor and renown, this gallant Hotspur, this all-praised knight, and more unthought of married chance to me, I shall make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignities, or I will tear the reckoning from his heart. This, in the name of God, I promise here. The which, if he be pleased, I shall perform. I do beseech your majesty may salve the long-prone wounds of my intemperance, and I will die 100,000 deaths ere break the smallest parcel of this vow.
100,000 rebels dying in this. Thou shalt have charge and sovereign trust herein. On Wednesday next, Harry, thou shalt set forward. On Thursday, we ourselves will march. Our hands are full of business. Let's away. Advantage feeds him fat while men delay.
Am I not quietly falling away since this last action? Do I not wait? Do I not dwindle? I am withered like an old apple. Well, I'll repent. And I have not forgotten what the inside of a church looks like. I have a public one. Feminist company and spoil of me.
You're so fretful, you cannot live long.
Come, sing me a bawdy song. Make me mad. I was as virtuously given as a gentleman need be. Virtuous enough. Poor little live well, and in good compass. Now I live all out of order, all out of compass.
We're so fat, Sir John, it must needs be out of place. Out of all reasonable comes.
Do thou look in thy face, and I will in my life.
Sir John, my face does you no harm.
Oh, I'll be sworn, I make good use of it. I never see thy face, but I think upon hell fire. Light in thy face, the sun of utter darkness and everlasting bonfire light. Thou will save me 1,000 marks and torches, walking with thee from in the night betwixt tavern and tavern.
Blood will the face for your belly.
God mercy! So should I be sure to be hot. Now, Dame Hot, the hen, have you inquired yet who picked my pocket.
Why, Sir John, what do you think, Sir John? Do you think I keep thieves in my house? I have searched, I have inquired. Oh, so has my husband, man by man, boy by boy, servant by servant. Don't I tell my hair was never lost in my house before?
You lie, hostess. Bartol was shaved. Lost many things. I was small. My pocket was big. Don't you are a woman. I know you well enough.
No, Sir John, you do not know me, Sir John. I know you, Sir John. You owe me money, Sir John. You owe me money here besides, Sir John, for your diet and buy drinks and money lent you £420.
Here is part of it. Let it pay.
Alas, he is poor.
Poor? Please. What call you rich? Let him coin his nose. I have lost a seal ring of my grandfather's worth 40 mark.
Oh, Jesu, I have heard the prince tell him, I know not how oft, that that ring was copper.
Freezing Jack. And if he were here, I would kill you. Oh, if he should say so. The women in that door of fame must be all boss.
My lord, hear me!
The same song as she's working hard as my husband. I love him well, he's an honest man.
Is that alone and this to me?
What sayst thou, Jack?
This house, to the father's house. They pick pockets.
Didst thou lose, Jack?
Will thou leave me? 3 or 4 pounds of 40 pounds apiece, and a seal ring of my grandfather.
A triflesome 8 penny.
So I told him, my lord, as I said, I've heard your grace say so, and my lord speaks most vilely of you. What a foul-mouthed man as he is. He said he would cudgel you.
What? He did not.
There's neither faith, truth, nor womanhood in me else.
There's no more faith in thee in a stew. Rude. Don't you conceal? Go. What thing? I think to thank God on.
Those things to thank God on. Oh, thou shouldst well know it. I am an honest man's wife. And setting thy knighthood aside, thou art a knave to call me so.
Thou sayest truth, hostess, and he slanders thee most grossly.
Oh, you, my lord. He said this other day you ought to have £1,000.
Sara, do I owe you £1,000?
A million. I love is worth a million.
Nay, my lord. Nay, my lord. He called you Jack and said he would cudgel you.
Did I, Bartol?
Indeed, my lord, you said so.
Thou knowest this, thou art a man I fear. Prince, I fear thee. I fear the Lord of the Lions' web.
Why now, whoreson, impudent, embossed rascal, if there were anything in thy pocket but tavern reckonings, I am the villain.
Yes? Take my part.
Yourself by the story.
Hostess, I forgive thee. Don't make ready breakfast. To find me tractable in any honest reason. I'll cease, I am pacified still. Use a coat. I'll bring back. How is that?
Oh, my sweet beef, I must still be good angel to me. The money is paid back again.
Do not like the paying back again. It's a double lever.
I have prepared thee, Jack, a charge of gold.
Look at a bit of horse.
Eller, go there. This letter to Lord John of Lancaster. This to my Lord of Westmerland. Go I have 30 miles yet to ride there.
Jack! Meet me tomorrow in the temple hall at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There I shall fulfill thy charge. The land is burning. Percy stands on high, and either they or we must lower the line.
Rare words. Brave word. Hostess, my breakfast, come. This tavern with my drum.
Well said, I know the stuff. In speaking truth, this fine age we're not caught flattering such attributes. Should the Douglas have.
Thou art the king of honor. No man so come and breathe upon the ground.
That's instructed by once he has not by Lord for his previous. How has he led them to be sick? Who leads his power and whose government has they all?
His letter bears his mind now. He was much feared by his physician.
His health was never better worth than now. Sick now, truth now, he writes me here, an inward sickness. And then his friends, by deputation, could not so soon be drawn. Yet doth he give us bold advertisement that without a small conjunction, we should on to see how fortune is disposed to us? For as he writes, there is no quailing now because the king is certainly possessed of all our purposes. What is it? Your father's sickness is a main apparently gash, a very man of locked off. And yet in faith, it is not. His present want seems more than violent.
So sir.
But yet, I thought your father had been here. The quality and air of our attempt works no division. The eye of reason may pry in upon us. This absence of your father draws a curtain that shows that ignorant a kind of fear before not heard of. My cousin Vernon, welcome by my son.
Pray God, my news be worth welcome, Lord. The Earl of Westmerland, 7,000 strong, is marching hitherward with Prince John.
No harm, what more?
And further, I have learned the king himself in person hath set forth or hitherwards intended speedily with strong and mighty preparation.
He shall be welcome too. Where is his son, the nimble-footed madcap Prince of Wales, and his comrades? And dashed from the side when fitted pass.
All furnished, all in arms, glittering in gold coats, wild as young wolves. I saw young Harry with his beaver on, his crutches on his thighs, gallantly armed, rise from the ground like feathered Mercury, and witch the world with noble horsemen.
No more, no more. Worse than the sudden march, this praise doth nourish babies.
There is more news. I learned in Worcester as I rode along to not draw his power this 14 days.
Oh, that's the worst of the tidings I hear it yet.
I by my faith, that bears prophecy sound. My father and thou are both being away. The Pamela's of us makes not so great a day. Come, let us take muster speedily. Doomsday is near. Die all, die merrily. We'll fight with him tonight. Good cousin, be advised, stir not tonight.
I come with gracious offers from the king to vouchsafe me hearing and respect.
Welcome, Sir Walter Blunt. And would to God we were our determination.
You stand against anointed majesty, but to my charge the king hath sent to know the nature of your griefs, and whereupon you conjure from the breast of civil peace such bloody hostility. He bids you name your griefs, and with all speed you shall have your desires with interest, and pardon absolute for yourself and these herein misled by your suggestion. The king is kind.
And well we know, the king knows at what time to promise, when to pay. My father, my uncle, and myself did give him that same royalty he wears.
Tut! I came not to hear this.
Then to the point. In short time after, he deposed the king, broke oath on oath, committed wrong on wrong, and in conclusion drove us to seek out his head of safety.
Shall I return this answer to the king?
Not so. Sir Walter will withdraw a while.
Or would you accept of grace and love?
And maybe so we shall.
Pray God you do.
bloodily sunned against a pier beyond Busky Hill. He was pale at his distemperature.
Southern wind by hollow whistling in the east foretells a tempest in a blustering day.
Then of the losers, let's sympathize, for nothing can smooth out those that wait. Now, my lord of Worcester, 'tis not well that you and I should meet upon such terms. What say you to it? Will you again unknit this churlish knot of all abhorrent war?
Hear me, my liege. For my own part, I protest. I have not sought the day of this dislike.
You have not sought it. How goes it then?
Rebellion lays way in the family.
It please your majesty to turn your looks of favor for myself and all our house. And yet, I must remember you, my lord. We were the first and dearest of your friends. For you, my state of office did I break. In Richard's time, you swore that oath to us at Lancaster, that you did nothing with purpose against the state, nor claim no further than your new fallen right. The seat of Gaunt, dukedom of Lancaster, to this we swore our aid, but in short space such a flood of greatness fell upon you. What? Was our hell? What? With the absent king? What? With the injuries of wanton time? You took occasion to be quickly wounded, and forgot your oath to us at Lancaster. And being fed by us, you used us so. We were enforced for safety's sake to fly out of your sight, and raise this present head, as you yourself have forged against yourself, by violation of all things you have sworn to us in your younger enterprise.
These things indeed you have articulate, proclaimed at market crosses, read in churches.
Both your armies there as many a soul shall pay full dearly for this encounter. Tell your nephew, the Prince of Wales, doth join all the world in praise of Harry Percy. I do not think a braver gentleman more active, more valiant, or more valiant done. I have truants born to chivalry, and so I hear he doth account me too. I am content that he shall take the odds of his great name and estimation, and will save the blood on either side. Try fortune with him in single fight.
And Prince of Wales, so dare we venture thee, albeit considerations infinite, to make against it. No, good Worcester, no. We love our people well, even those we love that are misled upon your cousin's part. And will they take the offer of our grace, both he and they and you? Yea, every man shall be my friend again, and I'll be his. So tell your cousin, and bring me word what he will do. We will not now be troubled with reply. We offer fair, take it advisedly.
It will not be accepted on his life. The Douglas and the Hotspur both together are confident against the world in arms.
Hence, therefore, every leader to his charge. For on their answer we will set on against them, and God defend us as our cause is just.
Thou seest me, thou the Bible, and bestride me so, 'tis a bold friendship.
Nothing but a colossus can do me that friendship. Say that prayers. And go on.
I would but next time now, all fails.
Thou owest God of death.
It's not you yet.
Loathe the pagan before his time. Well,
It's no matter. Honor fixed me on. But how far break me off when I come off? How then can honor set to a grave? No. Going on. No. What is honor? A word. And what is in that word, honor? Care. A trim reckoning. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday, doth he feel it? Doth he hear it? No. 'Tis insensible then, yea, to the dead. But will it not live with the living? No. Detraction will not suffer it. Therefore, I'll none of it. Honor is a mere discussion, and so ends my catechism.
Oh, no. My nephew must not know, Sir Richard, the liberal kind offer of the king.
Or best he did.
Then we were all undone. It is not possible. It cannot be. The king would keep his word in loving us. He will suspect us and find a time to punish this offense and other fault. My nephew's trespass may well be forgot. It hath the excuse of youth that heaves of blood, a hair-brained Percy, governed by a spleen. All his offenses live upon my head. All on his father's. We did train him on, and his corruption being taken from us, we are the spring of it all. We shall pay for all. Therefore, good cousin, let not Henry know, in any case, the offer of the king.
Live what you will, I will see you sound. To come to your cousin.
Uncle, what news? The king will make you battle presently. There is no seeming mercy in the king.
Oh, to be big and got
I told him gently of our grievances, of his oath breaking, which he mended thus by now forswearing that he is forsworn. He calls us rebels, traitors, and will scourge with haughty armies this hateful name in us. The Prince of Wales stepped forth before the king, and nephew challenged you to a single fight.
Oh, will the quarrel lay upon our heads, that no man might draw short breath today. But I am here tomorrow. Tell me, how some is talking, seem to be content. No, by my soul, I never in my life heard a challenge heard before modestly. He gave you all the duties of a man, trimmed up your praises with a princely tongue, spoke your deservings like a chronicle. England will never know, oh, so sweet a hope, so misconstructed in his wantonness.
Cousin, I think thou art enamored of his folly.
Never did I hear many preach so wild at liberty. Arm with speed, and fellows, soldiers, friends. Oh, gentlemen, the time of life is short, and if we live to tread on kings.
If die, brave death, when princes die with us.
Now, escorts, Percy, and set on. What is thy name? And in that thus thou crossest me.
Know that my name is Douglas, and I do hunt thee in the daffodils because some tell me thou art the king.
They tell me true.
The Lord Stafford there today have brought their likeness. But instead of thee, king had this sword hath ended him. So shall it be unless thou yield thee as a prisoner.
I was not born to yield, thou proud Scot!
Oh, Douglas, no. Hast thou fought and holden thus? I never had tried over a Scot.
All's done! All's won! Here, blessed lies the king!
Where?
Here!
This? Douglas, no! I know this face full well. A gallant knight he was, his name was Blunt, sensibly furnished like the king himself.
Go! Go, let's know whether it goes. Why dost thou tell me thou art the king?
The king hath many marshals built.
Now by my sword, I'll kill all his courts. I murder all this wardrobe, piece by piece, until I meet this king.
Up and away, our soldiers stand full fairly for the day.
They grow like hiders' heads. I am the Douglas! fatal to all those that wear those colors on them. That counterfeits the person of the king.
The king himself, who told this creed set by so many of his shadows that was meant, not the king.
I fear thou art here for the king. And yet the face thou wearest be like a king. But mine I'm sure thou art, whatever thou paid, and thus I will bring thee.
Well, if I had a fight, started out, I'd never hold up again. It was the Prince of Wales that had to see you. You never promised him what he used to pay.
Do you remember how Mr. Grace?
Shakespeare and lost opinions and showed down mixed son, defender of my life in this fair rescue house brought through.
Oh God, they did to me much injury that never said I hearkened to your death.
Make up to Clifton, I'll search on the Scotsy.
If I mistake not, thou art Harry Martin. Thou speakst as if I would deny my name. My name is Harry Percy. I am Prince of Wales. You think not, Percy, to share with me in glory and war. Two Saras keep not their motion in one single spirit. Not the one of England broke a double reign between Harry Percy and Prince of Wales. Nor shall it, Harry. For the hour is come to end the dilemma. And would to God, thy name on for now is great. It's not going to get greater for me. I can no longer brook thy vanities.
Hey, now, do it.
Oh, Harry, thou hast robbed me of my youth, and better brook the loss of bitter life than those proud titles thou hast won of me, and moved my thoughts, worse than the sword my flesh. Oh, I could prophesy, that the earth and cold hand of death lies on my tongue. Oh, Percy, thou art dust and food for worms. Percy. Very well, hurry for. How we finish? How much shrunk? When that this body did contain a spirit, a kingdom for it was too small now. Now 2 paces of the vilest earth is well enough. Adieu. And take thy praise with me to heaven. What? Oh, infants. All this flesh keeping a little life. Well, I could have better spared a better man. And now will I see thee by and by, till then in blood thy no Percy life.
Embowel. Thou embowel me today, I'll be me to powder me, and eat me too tomorrow. The time you come. That heart turner and scorn. Because you knew I gave me strong mark too. Better part of valor is discretion, in which better part I have saved my life. So, I'm afraid of this gunpowder, Percy. Though he be dead. How he should counterfeit too and rise. On my faith, I'm afraid he would prove the better counterfeit. Therefore, I'll make him sure. I'll swear I will kill him. Why may not he rise as well as I? Nothing confused me but eyes and nobody sees me. Therefore, Sara, with a new wound in your thigh, come you along, Queen.
But stop! Over here! Did not you tell me this fat man was dead? I did. I saw him dead, breathless and bleeding on the ground.
There is Percy! The father will do me the honor. The other earl.
With Percy, I killed myself and saw thee dead.
Lord, how the world is given to lie. I grant you I was down and out of breath, and so was he. But we both arose at an instant and fought a long hour by Shrewsbury Clock.
This is the strangest tale that I ever heard.
This is the strangest fellow, Brother John.
Okay, dollars. Come, brother, let's not ice into the field to see what friends are living who are dead.
I'll follow, as they say, for reward. He that rewards me, God will reward him. Thus efforts of rebellion find rebuke.
What I have done must safety urge me, and I embrace this fortune patiently, since not to be avoided. It falls on me.
Bear Worcester to the death. Other offenders we will pause upon. How goes the field?
The noble Percy is slain, and all his men upon the foot of fear are fled. And my son Douglas is, and I beseech your grace, I may dispose for him.
With all my heart.
Then Brother John of Lancaster, to you this honor will pass and shall belong. Go to the Douglas and deliver him up to his pleasure. Ransom us and free. This valor shown upon our persons today taught us how to cherish such high deeds even in the bosom of our adversaries.
Rebellion in this land shall lose its sway in check such another day. This is this business so fair is done. Let us not leave till all our own be won.
His noise abroad that Harry Marner fell, and the wrath a noble Hotspur sword, and that the king, under the Douglas sway, stooped his anointed head, as low as death. But yet my heart is dull, and slow belief takes but my fainting wholly my fear. My sad heart says rebellion had ill luck, that my Harry Percy spur is cold, and that my sad brow, like to a little leaf, foretells the nature of a tragic volume. Say me, dost thou come from Shrewsbury?
I ran from Shrewsbury, my noble lord, where a hateful death done his ugliest man to survive our party.
How doth my son grow? Thou tremblest. The whiteness of thy cheek is after than thy tongue. To tell thy errand, this thou wouldst say your son did thus, and thus your brother thus have bought the noble Douglas, stopping my greedy ear with bold deeds. But in the end, to stop my ear indeed, thou hast a sigh to blow away his praise. And your brother, son, all are dead.
Douglas is living, and your brother yet, but my lord, your son.
And he is dead. See a strange confession in your eye. Shakes thy head and holds to fear or sin to speak truth.
I cannot think, my lord, your son. I am sorry. Should force you to believe that which I would to God I have not seen, but these my eyes saw him in bloody state of rendering banquet, wearied and apprehensive, Harry Monmouth, whose swift wrath beat down the never daunted Percy to the earth. The sum of all is that the king hath won, and hath sent out a speedy power to encounter you, my lord.
For this I shall not have enough to mourn and poison. Physic. These news having been well, that would have made me sick, being sick, and in some measure made me well. And so my limbs weakened with grief, being now enraged with grief, are thrice themselves. Bind my brows with iron, and approach the rat's hour, A time and spite dare bring to frown upon thing, rag to Northumberland. Let this world no longer be a stage to feed contention in a lingering act.
The lives of all you loving monks is lean on your health, for which, if you give o'er the stormy passion must perforce pray. Come, we will offer forth body and goods.
The one of me, and counsel every man that act display for safety and revenge, hit posts and letters, and make friends with speed. Never so few, never get more neat.
Thing, I will not lay a keep a vessel on my shoulders.
Done by the glory, how the heart and faithful thing upon my sword, that owes me 100 marks on those. And I am born, and I am torn from this day to that day. It is a shame to be thought of. Thus one to be made an ass and a beast to bear every knave's wrong.
Please, kitten, don't be found now. Child.
The channel, I'll throw you into the channel. The officers are at the door to arrest thee, thou dastardly rogue. Murder! Murder! Oh, thou honeysucker villain! Oh, thou honey-seed rogue! A man queller and a woman queller! Sir John, do not draw upon me.
Peace, Lucifer.
Stand me in my own house. Most beastly and good faith. He cares not what mischief he does. It is nothing be out. He will spare neither man, woman, nor child.
Hostess, hear me quickly. What is the gross sum I owe you?
Marry if thou wert an honest man, thyself and thy money too. Thou didst swear to me when the prince broke thy head for letting his father to a singing man of Windsor. Thou didst swear to me then, as I was washing thy wound, to marry me. To make thee thy lady, thy wife. Okay, such a night.
All this I confess, and send away the officer below. I will perform it. I vow here before Barrow. And this I swear as one of the gentlemen, soldier, and a captain.
Faith, you said so before.
So, gentlemen, no more words.
This heavenly ground I tread on, I must be faint upon all of my plate, and the tapestry of my dining chambers. Oh, I hope I'm the summer. You'll pay me altogether.
We are clear. Come, these Cubans. There is not a better wench in Christendom. Come, kiss. And go.
I pray thee, gentle daughter, give even blame to my rough affairs, but not on the business of the times. And be like them to Percy first.
Yet for God's sake, go not to these wars. The time was fallen when you broke your word. We were more endeared to you than now your own Percy, when my own dear Harry through me northward looked to see his father bring up his power. But he did long in vain, who then persuaded you to stay at home. There were two owners lost, yours and your son's. For yours the God of heaven brighten it, for his is stuck upon him as the sun in the great vault of heaven. And by his light did all the chivalry of England move to two brave acts. It was indeed the class wherein the noble youth did dress themselves.
True your heart. Fair daughter, you do draw my spirit from me with new, lamenting ancient oversights. But I must go and meet with danger there, or it will seek me in another place and find me worse provided.
Fly to Scotland, till that the nobles and the armed commons have in their precincts made a little taste. If they get around advantage of the king, then join you with them like a grip of steel to make strength stronger. But for all our loves first look and try themselves, so did your son. He was so stubborn. So am I, a widow, and never shall have length of life enough to reign upon remembrance with mine eyes, that he may grow and sprout as high as heaven for recordation to my noble husband.
Go in with me. 'Tis with my mind as with the tide scalded to his light, that still makes me stand. Running neither way, fain would I go to meet the archbishop, but many thousand reasons keep me back. I will resolve for Scotland. There am I till time and vantage crave my company.
Thousands of my poorest subjects are dishonored. Oh, gentle sleep, nature's softeners, how thy friendly feet. That thou no more wilt wake my eyelids down and steep my senses in forgetfulness. Go, while liest thou with a vial of loathsome that's leaving the kingly couch, wilt thou, upon the high and giddy mast, seal up the shipboy's eyes that rock his brains, and in the calmest and most stillest night deny it to a king? Then happy low lie down. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown.
Good morrow, Your Majesty.
Is it? Good morrow, lords.
It is long time past.
Oh, then good morrow to you all, my lords. Have you read over the letter that I sent you? Then you perceive the body of our kingdom. How foul it is, what rank diseases grow, and with what danger near the heart of it.
Yes, but as the body forgets its temper, its true former health may be restored with good advice and little medicine. My lord Northumberland will soon be whole.
They say the bishop of Northumberland are 50,000 strong.
It cannot be, my lord. Rumor doth double like the voice and echo the number of the fear. Please have your grace to go to bed. For my soul, my lord, the powers that you have already set forth shall bring in this prize very easily. Comfort you the more. I have received a certain instance that Glendower is dead. Your Majesty hath been henceforth lying ill, and these unseasoned arrows perforce was added to your sentence.
Take your counsel. And were these inward wars once out of hand, we would, dear lords, unto the Holy Land. Now, my lord, if God do give successful end to this debate that bleedeth at our doors, we will our youth lead on to higher fields and draw no swords, but what are sanctified. Our navy is addressed, our power collected, our substitutes in absence well invested, and everything lies level to our wish. Only we a little personal strength cause us so these rebels now afoot come underneath the yoke of government.
Both of which we doubt not, but your Majesty shall see you.
Humphrey, my son of Gloucester. There is the prince, your brother.
I think he's gone to hunt, my lord, and Windsor.
Accompanied.
I do not know, my lord.
Is not his brother Thomas of Clarence with him?
Oh, my good lord, his presence is here. What would my lord and father?
Nothing, but to thee, Thomas of Clarence. Canst thou art not with the prince thy brother? Thou hast a better place in his affection than all thy brothers. Cherish it, my boy. If noble offices thou mayest effect, of meditation after I am dead, guide him for faults, and do it reverently when you perceive his blood inclined to murder. But being wounded, give him time and scope, till that his passions like a whale on the ground. Confound themselves with working. Learn this, Thomas, and thou shalt prove a shelter to thy friends, a hoop of gold to bind thy brothers in.
I shall observe him with all care and love.
Why art thou not at Windsor with him, Thomas?
He's not there today. He dines in London.
How accompanied?
With Poynes and his other continual followers.
My grief stretches itself beyond the hour of death. My blood weeps from my heart when I reshape in forms imaginary the unguided days and rotten times that you shall look upon when I am sleeping with my ancestors. For when this headstrong ride hath no curb, when rage and hot blood are his counselors, what means and lavish manners be together. What queens show its affections fly fronting towards peril and opposed decay?
My gracious lord, you look beyond from flight. The prince but studies his companions like a strange harp, wherein to gain the language which once attained, your highness knows, comes to no further use but to be known and hated. So, like gross terms, the prince will, in the perfectness of time, cast off his followers, and their memory shall as a pattern or measure mark, by which his grace must meet the lives of others, turning past evils to beneficence.
It's seldom the bee that weave her home in the dead Cailyn. Who's here, Westmerland?
Health to my sovereign and new happiness. Mowbray, the bishop's group, Hastings and all are brought to the correction of your law. There is now not a rebel sword unsheathed, but peace before her olive branch everywhere.
Westmerland, thou art a summer bird, which even in the hush of winter sings the uplifting of day. Look, here's more news.
From enemies. Heaven, your majesty, when they stand against you, may they fall as though blind to the tell you of. Earl Northumberland and the Lord Bordeaux, with the great power of English and of Scots, are by the sheriff of Yorkshire overthrown.
Wherefore should this good news make me sick? I should rejoice now at this happy news, but now my sight fails and my brain is giddy. Come near me, for now I'm much ill.
Your Majesty, oh my royal thoughts speak lower, and this when the king recovers. His apoplexy will certainly be his end.
Hey, take me up and bear me hence into some other chamber. Let there be no noise made, my gentle friends. Unless stop roll and favorable hand will whisper music into my weary spirit.
All the music we have to do.
Set me the crown on my pillow here.
Pious hollow changes much. Less noise and snoise. Things indoors have not gone out of the king. Exceedingly ill. Not so much noise, my lords. Sweet birds, speak low. He your father is disposed to sleep. Let's withdraw him. Will it please your grace to go along with us? No. I will sit here and watch the king. Why doth the crown lie there upon his pillow, king? So troublesome, a bedfellow. Harsh perturbation. Majesty, thou dost pinch thy bear, thou dost sit like a rich armor. More in heat of day that scalds to its safety. By his gates of breath, this sleep is sound asleep. This is a sleep that from the golden wrinkle hath divorced so many English.
from me these tears, these heavy sorrows of the blood, nature, love, and filial tenderness shall, O dear Father, pay thee plenteously. I do from thee is this imperial crown, which is immediate in thy place and blood, derives itself to me. Lo, where it sits, God shall guard, and put the whole world's strength into one giant arm. It shall not force this lineal arm from me. This from thee will I to mine leave as 'tis left to me.
Master Clarence.
Take all. What would your majesty?
Why did you leave me here alone, my lord?
My brother here, my liege. Order took to sit and walk right.
Prince of Wales. Where is he? Let me see him. He is not here.
The sword, he's gone this far. He came not through the chamber where he stayed.
Where is the crown? Who took it from my pillow?
When we went through, my liege, we left it here.
The prince hath taken it hence. Go! Seek him out! Is he so hasty that he that supposed my sleep, my death? Find him! My lord of Warwick, take him hither! How quickly nature falls into revolt when gold becomes her object. Now where is he? That he will not stay so long till he spreads sickness hands determined me.
My lord, I found Prince in the next room, washing with kindly tears his gentle cheeks with such a deep demeanor, great sorrow, that tyranny, which never quaffed but blood, would by the hold of him have washed his knife with gentle eye drops. He is coming here.
Wherefore did he take away the crown? Oh, here he comes. Come hither to me, Harry. Depart the chamber, leave us here alone.
I never thought you'd hear him speak again.
Thy wish was Father Harry to that thought. I stay too long, I weary thee. Thou dost hunger for my empty chair. Thou wilt needs invest thee with my honors before thy hour be ripe. Foolish youth! Thou seekest the greatness, thou will overwhelm thee. Thy life did manifest thou lovest me not, and thou wilt have me die sure of it. Thou hast 1,000 daggers in thy thoughts, whom thou hast wedded on thy stony heart to stab an hour of my life. Give to that which gave thee life unto the worlds. Pluck down thy officers, break my decrees, for now when time is come to mock at form. Harry the Fifth is crowned. Up, vanity. Down, royal state. My poor kingdom. Civil blows. I care. Could not withhold thy rights. All thou do when riot is thy care. Now be a wilderness again, peopled with wolves, thy old inhabitants.
Lord, be my liege, but for my tears, the voice impediments unto my speech, I am forest all this dear, and deep rebuke. There is your crown, and he that wears the crown immortally long guarded yours. If I affected more than as your honor and as your now accusing it, I put it on my head to try with it as with an enemy that had before my face murdered my father. The quarrel of a true inheritor. But if any rebel or vain spirit of mine did with the least affection of a welcome give entertainment to the might of it, let God forever keep it from my head and make me as the poorest vassal is that doth with awe and terror kneel to it.
thou mightest win the more thy father's not pleading so wisely in an excuse of it. Come hither, Harry. Sit thou by my bed. And here, think, the very latest counsel that ever I shall breathe. Knows, my son, by what byways and indirect crooked paths I met this crown. I myself know well how troublesome it sat upon my head. It shall descend with better quiet, better opinion, better confirmation. Therefore, my Harry, be it thy course to busy giddy minds with foreign quarrels, that action henceforth out may waste the memory of former days. Nor would I, but my lungs are wasted so that strength of speech is utterly denied me. How I came by the crown, oh, God forgive, and granted may with thee in true peace live.
You won it. Wore it. Haply gave it me. Then plain and right must my possession be, which I, with more than with a common pain against all the world, would rightfully maintain.
Look, look, here comes my son, John of Lancaster.
Help me set happiness to my royal father.
Thou bringest me happiness and peace, son John. Doth any name particular belong to the lodging? Where is it first found?
It's called Jerusalem, I have a word.
Oh, laud be to God. Even there my life must end. Oh. It hath been prophesied to me many years I should not die, but in Jerusalem. Vainly, I suppose, the Holy Land. But bear me to that chamber, and there I'll lie. In that Jerusalem shall Harry die.
Here comes the heaviest of the living Vernon and temper of he, the worst of these. Morrow, Hotspur. Good morrow. We meet like men and forgot to speak. We do remember, but our argument is all too heavy to admit much talk. Well, peace be with him that made us steady. Peace be with us, a speedy Hector. Here comes the knights. Good morrow, God save your majesty. His new and gorgeous garment majesty sits not on me so easy as you think. Brothers, you mixed your sadness with some fear. This is the English, not the Turkish court. Not Amurath, and Amurath succeeds, but Aaron. I'll be your father and a brother too. Let me but bear your love. I'll bear your cares, yet think that Harry's dead, and so will I. But Harry lives. I shall convert those tears by number into hours of happiness. And hope no otherwise from your majesty. You all look strangely on me. So, men for princes all, for believe me, I beseech you, my father is gone wild into his grave. For in his tomb lie my affections. With his spirits sadly I survive, to mock the expectation of the world, to frustrate prophecies, and to race out rotten opinion, who writ me down after my seeming. The tide of blood in me hath proudly flowed in vanity till now. Now doth it turn and ebb back into the sea, where it shall mingle with the state of floods, and flow henceforth in formal majesty. And God consigning to my good intents, no prince nor peer
shall have just cause to say, God shorten Harry's happy life one day.
God save thy grace. King Hal! My royal, the heavens thee guard and keep most royal in of fame. God save thee, sweet boy.
Brother Clarence, speak to that vain man.
Have you your wits?
No witches to speak.
My king, my Joe, I speak to thee, my Paul.
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Reply not to me with a fool-born jest. Presume not that I am the thing I was. For God doth know, so shall the world perceive, that I have turned away my former self, so will I those that keep me company. When thou dost hear I am as I have been, approach me, and thou shalt be as thou wast, the tutor and the feeder of my riots. Till then, I banish thee on pain of death, as I have done the rest of my misleaders. And as we hear you do reform yourselves, we will, according to your strength and qualities, give you advancement, as you shall deserve it. Now, change our thoughts for honor and renown. And since the royalty and crown of France is due to us, we'll bring it to our awe, or break it all to pieces.